Obviously, in the course of a campaign, the desire on the part of the candidate is to define themselves relative to that of their opponent, making comparisons. Sometimes that comes across as negative advertising. Now, both campaigns have worked to define themselves and their opponents, and it comes off sometimes negatively. Why do you believe that your campaign is has the correct impression of your opponent, in that it's an accurate depiction of your opponent?
Well, I think one of the points I'm making is that today there are 58 lawyers in the Senate. Now, our system is broken, and it is not a question of whether Mike is a good lawyer or a bad lawyer. It is a question of the perception of people in Congress today. My son gave me a quote that said, basically, the problem in Washington, D.C. today is that we have too many well-educated politicians who have never managed cash flow and don't understand the relationship between revenues and expenses. There are 16 doctors. There are not a lot of small businessmen in Washington, D.C. today. And I believe the system is broken. We have a system that isn't paying attention to the cash flow of this country. That's why we are $13 trillion in debt. We have a system of government that is attacking American capitalism, that is undermining the very best part of our country. And that is the small business, that we have the ability to go out and create and build and invest and keep more of what you earn. The government takes more and more that way. They disincentivize us. I understand it. I've been in the private sector for 22 years. I have helped dozens and dozens of companies. I have helped manufacturing companies, service companies. I've worked in a wide range of industries. I think that experience separates them. It doesn't say that the legal background is better or worse. It's a different perspective on the issues that face this country. I also think that as I define this campaign, there are substantive differences. We raised one today about the difference of states' rights on the issue of storing foreign nuclear waste. We have a different perspective on several different issues that I think are debatable in the public arena. But to take one company and one aspect of what I've done and to say that I'm evil or misguided for doing that, I think it's a mischaracterization. I think it's a false mischaracterization. I've made mistakes, no question, those are fair. But what other people have done that are 3 and 4 positions removed from me, I don't think is relevant in the debate. It's what you're going to do when you're in office. I think I put forward a strong platform, a background that I think will be effective if I'm elected as the next senator. I've been able to receive the support of other candidates in this race who have run against me: James Williams, David Chu, Cheryl Meager, a strong social conservative, and Senator Bennett recently endorsed my campaign. I think they feel like I would be in the best position to represent the state of Utah.
My opponent's done his best to characterize this race as one between a lawyer and a businessman, suggesting that we need a businessman, we don't need a lawyer. I respond to that by saying what we need is the right kind of person without regard to occupational title. What we need is a conservative. What we need is a lifelong committed conservative who has fought his entire life to limit government, not expand it. As a lawyer, that's much of what I've devoted my efforts toward doing. That's why when Kane County had a problem with a federal judge essentially ordering the county off of its own road system, they came to me. That's why when Uintah, Duchesne, Daggett, and Carbon County had a problem with President Obama unlawfully canceling 77 oil and gas leases to the great detriment of their economy and our state's economy generally, they came to me. When the state of Utah was deprived of a 4th seat in Congress as a result of the Census Bureau's violation of the Constitution, the manner in which it conducted the 2000 census, they came to me. People have come to me to limit government, and that's what I do for them, and that's exactly what I'll do for you in the United States Senate. At times it is important to point out contrast, and I've done that, and I make no apology for it. It is important because it shows a different mindset. While I've limited government every time I've gotten the chance, my opponent, who agrees with me on most issues in this race, hasn't always had the same perspective. He has built his business, among other things, securing federal government funds for private business interests. Grants, including a recent $1 million grant that went to fund a power plant feasibility study in Indonesia. There's nothing illegal about this, nothing unmoral, nothing unethical, nothing dishonest. but it does reflect a different view about the proper role of government. I will fight every single day as your U.S. Senator to keep the government out of our business, not put it in your business. I will fight just how I've fought for my clients, to restrain government rather than expand it, and I'll use my knowledge of the Constitution to do that.